Hi everyone, my name's a Soul Trader. I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Today I wanted to speak about HCMC versus Philip Morris. I know many of you have shares in HCMC, or many are wanting to know what's happening with the lawsuit. So I thought, let's give it a go. Let's see how everything's going, and let's see what we can come up with. But I would like to say that I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a lawyer. Anything that we see here today, it's just pure analysis of what's in front of us. And please take it as you will, and do not blame me for anything. And here it goes. So the whole thing revolves around one element here. So HCMC have a patent, which is the 170 patent, in which they've said that the electric current is transmitted from the battery to the heating element. Now, this is what HCMC has filed. Now, Philip Morris, as you know, they've got IQOS, and IQOS is the product which HCMC are saying it's to be infringed. If we can see in the filings here again, what IQOS provides is heat, not burn. So what HCMC are saying is that their patent heats the tobacco, but it does not burn the tobacco, therefore making it safe. Now, as you can see, IQOS works on a similar thing. They've also, in their own words, have stated that it's heat, not burn. And this is what the whole fuss is about. This is what the lawsuit revolves around. So that's the main aspect of this. So what I want to point out is a few other things. So if we go to, where is it? Bear with me. So here, so as you can see, it's on this is on Investopedia. Now, Philip Morris is a subsidiary or an entity of the Altria Group. Now, Altria Group, we'll see, has 5 companies, and if we go down, there's 2 which I want you to have a closer look at. One is Juul Labs, and the second one is John Middleton and Company. Now, Juul Labs, why am I referring to them? Well, as we can see, Juul Labs, here's 35% economic interest of Altria Group in Juul Labs. But why am I pointing here? Well, reason is, if we have a look, Swiss X Labs, which is a US-based CBD company, have brought a lawsuit against Juul Labs for, guess what? Another patent infringement. Now, what Swiss X have said is that the company, as in Juul Labs, knew about the patent in 2018. And please note that this patent was, if we look here, was issued in 2016. So this is another case that Altria Group are facing at the moment. So as you can see, there's 2 cases going on against Altria Group. One obviously with against Philip Morris, and the other against Juul Labs. So they're both having to fight two legal suits, both revolving around the same thing, i.e., patent infringement. So we go back to the companies. I have said here, John Middleton. Now, John Middleton is another company which is owned by the Altria Group, and it was acquired for 2.9 billion. Now, if we have a look at this site, this is Cozen O'Connor. Now, Cozen O'Connor is a law firm which has been consistently been voted number one for whatever they do. But on their website, you could see that they handled the acquisition of John Middleton. As we know, John Middleton is owned by Altria Group. But why have I brought you here? Because Cozen O'Connor are also the lawyers. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the page. They are the lawyers now for HCMC in this case. So what I'm referring to is the law firm representing HCMC right now have previously represented Altria Group. Now, the Altria Group back then acquired John Middleton, so we may assume that something similar may happen right now. Why? Because Cozen O'Connor have a 95 to 97% rate of settlements. Therefore, meaning that 95 to 97% of the cases that they are involved in are settled outside of court. Now, here we go. Sorry, this is what I was looking for. If you can see here, it shows here that Cozen O'Connor is the counsel for HCMC. Counsel for Plaintiff Healthier Choices Management Corp. Now, what they've filed initially is what I wanted to show you is here. Ordering an accounting for any infringing sales not presented at trial and an award by the court of additional damages for any such infringing sales. So by this, the council are asking the courts for damages. Now, damages, I would mean sales that have pertained from IQOS are to be funded back or funded to HCMC should the court grant HCMC a victory and therefore state that Philip Morris are liable and have infringed upon patent 170. So that's the gist of what's happening. Now, what I wanted to state is we understand that the law firm in question are helping HCMC, and by their track record we would assume that there may be a settlement outside of court. One thing you should also note is the CEO, Mr. Holman, the CEO of HCMC, also has approximately 20 years of law experience. I believe he has a firm in Florida. So by that logic, if he did not think that this case was winnable for them, then I do not think that he would have actually pursued with the matter. So here we go again. This is just a brief information about what we said earlier. Swiss CBD company accuses Juul of stealing patents. So there seems to be a track record with these. And also here we can see that they acquired John Middleton for 2.9 million. Now, what's happened is recently both parties involved have requested for an extension, which I believe is just to present both of their arguments. So HCMC has until the 22nd of March to present their statements, whereby Philip Morris has until the 16th of April to respond and to provide and file their statements. So this case could go on for a while, but we're hoping that this matter is settled out of court. Now, what I want to point at is how things are looking for HCMC in the future. Now, HCMC today not today, but I think yesterday or the day before, they've announced that they're going to officially be on Twitter. So I think they just want to be more transparent with everyone. But they also have a significant amount of shares in MJ Holdings, and the ticker symbol, as you can see, is MJNE. Now, MJNE, I believe, is a Mexican company, and in Mexico, the rules over legal marijuana are eased, and such are also being considered in the US. Now, just on Yahoo Finance, if we just go to conversations, we could see that people are speaking about HCMC and MJ Holdings. So if a company who is in problems, or a company who does not believe that they have any standings, would not be expanding their operations. So I think this whole MJ Holdings business is them expanding because of the belief that they have a good case, and they can sustain themselves. But another thing that I wanted to point out to you as well is recently HCMC have also filed another patent in regards to fingerprint. Now, what do I mean by fingerprints? How you have on your phone where you can unlock your phone with your thumb from the fingerprints. They are trying to adapt the same technology on a vape. So a vape, if it's your own personal vape, you can unlock the vape with your own fingerprints. Therefore, others cannot have access to it, which I think it's a good idea. It's definitely a good idea, and it's something that can happen in the future, which might be beneficial. So, long story short, we have to wait until the 16th of April. That's when Philip Morris have to respond by, and then we'll see what the judge says. But we are hoping that there may be some sort of settlement around that time frame, if not before, because recently there's been block sales of shares. Now, this happened around February time. Now, block shares, I mean, if we have a quick look again in Investopedia, it's basically due to the size of the blocks on the markets, blah blah blah. So they're basically shares which are sold through an intermediary, and they're sold in magnitudes, but we do not know who they're sold to, and and who's, you know, who's selling or who's buying. But the reason why I say this is because if I were to make a educated guess, I would assume that something is in the pipelines in regards to a acquisition or a sale, or a settlement, because no one else would be buying those shares. And I mean, someone's buying them because of something they know that we do not know. And the only educated guess that I could think of is, you know, is a settlement or a merger or an acquisition. So let's see what the future holds. At the moment, there's nothing to worry about. Keep buying on the dip, and let's see how this plans out. But 16th of April is the time frame. And thank you for your time. It's my first video, so I hope I have provided some depth to this. And please subscribe, like, and share, and I will continue to make more. Thank you.